Hello everyone. So I've had a little change round, you'll see. I used to be sat over there. That's the window that way. So I've changed my position a little bit. So hello Sue Ellen, lovely to see you. Oh, thank you so much Sue Ellen, that's lovely to hear. So Sue Ellen, you'll be glad you see I'm a bit more in the centre of the screen, which I know you like. A bit more than just my head. So I've moved my setup a little bit, so I'm just getting used to it, so that's why you would notice it wasn't my usual screensaver, because I've had everything unplugged and plugged in, and had checked it all this morning, I might add. It still didn't quite go work my screensaver, which is fine because we're here. So I've got a little demo for you today, and we're going to look at some kind of about drawing straight lines, the different ways you can do it, and you know, this can help you then if you want to create a repeating pattern to plaid. Thank you. You like to see more of me, I know. I'm more central in your screen, I get that. So I know at the moment you can see some of my settings for some of my kit for my overhead, so I might eventually need to twist my screen a little bit, but you know, we're getting there, So I'm going to switch over to my other screen, which worked before. So hopefully that should be fine. So I'm just going to swap my camera over, she said. There we go. So that looks okay. So I think we're okay there. So you can see on the screen there, that was the image that I used today. And I'm going to show you, if you haven't already, I know Sue Ellen will have these, but where you can go to collect these two brushes. So I should have started with hello and welcome. Whether you're joining me live or whether you're in the replay, I'm always thrilled to see you here. And I love that any comments that you give me, and anything else you'd like me to show you or demo, that would be just great. Just pop that in the comments, and I'll show you what I've got for you today. So back into the gallery, not into there. So earlier I was looking at drawing straight line. We draw straight lines, we use them quite a lot in different projects that we do, and there's different ways. So if I'm going to cover these layers that I've done now, I'm just going to add a white layer above that, I think, into my disc in there and drop that over the top. So we can draw straight lines. I'm going to use my mono brush and a nice bright green. Oh, no, dark green might stand up better on the screen. And as you know, we could, you know, if you want to just draw a straight line that's almost straight, we can do that and let it, you know, be a natural. Or if you draw it and you hold it, and hold your pen on the screen, the iPad, you see how it snapped there, and we can you know, move that around. If we want it horizontal, it will take it like that for us. And that's great if you're just trying to draw the odd one. However, I have got a trick up my sleeve, which is really handy if you're wanting to draw a lot of lines, and possibly you're making a plaid pattern, which is how we came to settle on this trick. And so what we're going to do there is we're going to go into the canvas, and we're going to add the drawing guide. Going to edit the drawing guide, and you can see we've got the grid on here. So if I now click on assisted drawing, I can now actually turn the canvas off if I want to. You know, you don't have to keep that on screen, but we can, because you can see the difference between you know, what you can between where the lines are. And now Procreate will only draw you straight lines. So you can see there I'm trying to, so you can have a vertical line or a horizontal line, and they will all be perfectly horizontal or vertical. Now I think it's a really cool trick if you're trying to create lots of lines for a plaid pattern, for example. So I'm going to take them back, and let's do it with a little bit of a thicker line, just so you get a bit of a better idea. And I just think we need a pink. We just need a pink, girls, don't we? I like a bit of pink in my life. So I've made that a lot bigger, so you can see now. So you can see, yes, I'm drawing that straight across. However, if I try and draw it diagonally, it will still draw me a straight line. So as I say, that is really handy if you've got a lot of lines that you want to do. So if we were making a plaid, for example, the way I would use that, take that back, I'm going to turn the background off, so you can turn off the drawing guide, but because the layer is still assisted, it will still do that same thing. Okay, I'll narrow down those lines a little bit, so I'm just going to draw some lines, some close together, some further apart, and that's your first layer. And then on the layer above, I'm going to keep with the same layer. I like this as another little trick that I like to do. So keep with the same colour, sorry, on the layer above, the same colour, but we're going to change this to multiply, the blend mode. And when you change the blend mode to multiply, my best description of it is it makes it slightly translucent, and it makes it blend into the background a little better. So you will now see, for all it's the same colour, it's darker. Can you see where it's there, the colour slightly dark? So you get that overlap, the same that you would in a plaid. Now can you see there my lines aren't straight? That's because I didn't add the assisted layer. Drawing assist, if you click on drawing assist again, it will always go and add in the same type of assist that you had previously. So we've done that now, we've got multiply. So we can now put our lines this way, we can do them really close together, we can do some far apart. There we go, this is really easy, and there you go. So you've created a type of a plaid. If you wanted to, we could put a layer underneath there with another colour. I think a purpley colour maybe might be nice, because you know I like to clash my colours. What am I on there? Oh, I know, it's because right, okay. See what I've done? I've drawn my layers on my assisted layer. I can't add you a colour underneath because I've drawn my lines. Can you see? My lines are actually on that white layer. So I'm going to do it again because I've got plenty of time. And I'm going to turn that one off. And then I'm going to add another layer underneath. That's the way. So we're now going to have we've got our multiplied layer there. So now I'm going to add a layer on top of the background. That's my background layer, which is what I didn't do last time. I go back to that same pink, and this time I don't want my layer to be multiplied because we want the paler version of it. But I'm going to click assisted, drawing assist, and we'll get the same effect as we did before. And then this time I can add you a layer underneath, your background layer. That's it there, so it was that purple colour. We do like a little bit, oh now you see, and that's what I love about when you use the multiply there, because that's really changed. The layer that's got the multiply on is this here, and it's changed that so much, but it absolutely looks like a plaid. Now that in its own right isn't a repeating pattern. We'd have to do a little bit more work, but if you want to use that as a background, or we wanted to use it as something for a post, we were sharing something on Instagram, or we wanted to put something on a card, I've just used the selection tool. I've got white selected. I'm going to choose a rectangle, and then I'm going to just pop that there so you possibly can see the lines down the side. I'm going to drop my white in the centre, and then now I can just use the snapping tool to centralise that. Somehow it's arguing with all the different lines there, but that's pretty much it. And then we could add some text in the middle, and I'm going to write in a different colour to that. It's not dark blue, maybe I think we'll have. I'm going to pick a font that I like, something a little bit swirly but not so swirly that we can't read it maybe. What have we got? Savoy is quite a nice, oh, that's a bit swirly to read. Let's choose that one, let's see how that goes. So I'm going to write my little bit, and I've decided on oops, give me the text. I love plaid. There we go. Oops, I'll make it a little bit bigger, not in the centre. Make it a bit bigger. There we go. So I just love that trick for the doing a straight line. As I say, you know, if you're just doing one or two, I probably would do it the way we do, where we wait until it snap and holds, you know, snap and hold the pen. But when you wanted to create lots and you want to make different distances, that's a great way to do it. I am going to have to, now that I'm looking at this, adjust my leading because I just want that to be a little bit closer. Sorry to be so fussy. So that's a bit better, I think. There we go. So there we go. So I'm going to come back on screen. I'm sure if anybody's got any questions, and if you've, as I say, you can always put something in the comment below if you have. There we go. That's it. So yeah, and obviously I'm in my beloved pink today, and I've been, you see behind me on my pin board, I have all my different designs I've been getting together. So I've got printed quite a lot of them off on A3, so I can see a little bit what they look like at size, really, because so often when you have them on a small, you know, you look at them on screen, it's difficult to tell. So there you go. The other thing I was going to share with you today was just to make sure that you'd seen on the website. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen. There we go, that looks okay. You can see me on screen now. And I wanted to show you the link that I've used above. I don't know how often anybody goes into that, but if you click on that, let's have a little look. I can see a question of Sue Alast. Go back to that. If you click on that, oh, let's turn that. Let's have a look. I can see a question of Sue Alast. Go back to that. Sorry, that's because I've got two screens open. Where are we? That's what I was going to do. So if you click on this link, it shows you there's where the sign up that I've got. It's going to go to a link outside Facebook. That's okay. And this is the links here, so you can see if you click on any of these links, it takes you to different things, different areas of my page. That's if you wanted to vote for my cushions and the designs that I've got in Rapturous at the moment. Why is my link not working there today? Oh, it's because I'm too slow. I'm too impatient. It's because I think it's because I've got Facebook going, Ecamm going, and I'm now trying to ask it to find something in the internet, and it's struggling. So I might not be able to do that, but that would take me to my page. And the thing I really wanted to show you was, oh no, there you go. If you wanted to vote for my designs, there we go. So we'll say, for example, click on this one. And if you just scroll down a little, give it a little minute to pop up, and we should get a little bit, I think it's just on a go slow, we should get the little box to, that's where you can purchase it, but you can just vote. So it is slowly loading on there, that's what it is. It's because there's so much going on. So I can see that question, yes, because I can see now that it's not straight in that box. Sue Allen, you're quite right. So we shall do that. There we go. It shows you where you can vote, I think. Oh, it should show you where you can vote. Why is that not working? Unless it's because it's my own. I don't know. Strange. I should let you vote on my okay, I'm curious. Let me go back. Is it because I didn't click on the quick view? Maybe not. For view full info. I don't know why that's not working, but it should show you the little thumb where you can give me a thumbs up, which is a vote. But I'm not going to worry about that today. So I'm going to go back out of there. Because clearly that's not going to work for me today. I don't know why. I will find out. And the other thing I had, this was my last blog post. This is the one we did, I shared with you last week about my favourite pattern design books that I'm using at the moment. It's these three here, and there's a little bit out info about that. So that's what my The last blog post was my website. If you want to go to my website, you can see that's the link there. And I'm just going to click that back. Oh, sorry, no, it's just loading there. It's one of my patterns. That's the pattern that's on one of those on there to vote on. I'm just going to click that back. If we want to do my Skillshare class, if you already have a link into Skillshare, you would be able to just sign in and click on the link. And if you haven't, you get a month free by just clicking on sign up and start learning, and then you could take that course. And then the last one is the Facebook page. It will take you back to my Facebook page, which we know what that looks like because that's where we've just been. I just want to switch accounts, so I'm not going to do that. And then this was the one I was going to share, is if you would like the two of the brushes I use the most, which is Cotton Candy and my monoline brush. The monoline brush that I've just used, that one is, you can have both of those. You just need to put your email in there for me and your name, and then you click on download and you can download those. And then there's also a planner if you'd like that. Just put your name and email in and click download again. And then that's just a little bit about me at the bottom. And then there's another way again, if you want to click on there, that would take you to my email list. So I'm going to go back to, camera. There we go, back to on screen. I'm going to go back to my iPad and I'm going to show, because I can see Sue Ellen has asked a question. And now I can see it's not in the middle now. Sue Ellen was asking, I'm going to click on here, Sue Ellen. I don't know why that's not quite straight. How would you center the white box that's above the plaid? So I shall show you that now. Just move that up a little bit while I do it. There we go. So to do that, obviously I want to now move the text as well. So I would select the text, which is the I love, slide the blue layer, slide that layer to the right. So we've now selected both the text and the white box, and then in with the transform tool. And we've got, what I will do, actually thinking about it, is I'm going to switch off those other layers. So we just leave that one. So it might make it easier for snapping. We've got snapping turned on, and now we should be able to move it. It was just a little bit to the side. You see we've got the two blue square hash marks there. So we'll settle for those. And then I'll turn those two back on. The reason I turn those layers back off is sometimes when you're using the snapping tool and it's just almost asking too much of it by when there's so many layers, it doesn't know what it wants you to snap to. And the other thing I want to show you as well, can you see here, because I've now moved this white box, you sometimes get a faint outline. It's like 1 pixel width. It's not that you've done anything wrong, it just happened. It doesn't always happen, but you can. Just need to make sure that you're just on the white layer. Select your eraser tool, whichever one you would like to use. Just use the monobrush one and see how big that is. Make that a little bit bigger. Hi Judy, I can see you've just joined us here. Lovely to see you, don't you worry. Yeah, I think we're all into plaids. You really, it started last year. I think I started getting into plaids when I found this kind of little kind of cheat. And I think I learnt this from Karen, who does iPad lettering. I've shared her link before, but I can share it again. And it's sort of something that's in Procreate, and I think that's it sometimes. You know, you can have been using the app for so long and then suddenly you find something that seems like a little cheat and makes life easier. So there you go, so you can see that's gone wrong. So it doesn't always happen, but it only ever happens when you've created your rectangle shape by using the selection tool, and I presume it must just leave almost an echo behind. So that was a great question, Sue Ellen, and then it nicely took us into what to do when you get that little it's almost a shadow behind it. So there we go. So I hope that helped. Yeah, I love plaids too. I absolutely. So So yes, I'm not sure if there's any, if you've got any questions, I'll give it a little minute. I'm going to come back on screen. It's gone really dark all of a sudden now because I don't know whether we're going to have thunder and lightning outside now. So I'll come back on screen. There we go. And yeah, I've got my new setup, so it all looks a little cluttered behind me because I need to still arrange a few little things behind me to make that a little bit easier. So I can see. So Judy says, my husband has 2 quilts, one for his family name and one for Boy Scouts. Ah, very good, very good. Very good. Plaids, I think, is that, did you mean, or is it a rhyme? Let me know whether it's a spelling or whether it's a quilt thing, because I'm curious. Is it a quilt that has a plaid, or is it a plaid? But yeah, because family names have them, don't they? In the UK and in Scotland, they tend to call them a tartan, but I think as well you can do, like we've done there today, use all sorts of colours that are, and it is more of a plaid, and it's quite sort of stylish. I think they never, people have been into plaid designs for so long. They're just such a popular, they never really go. I suppose it's like dots and spotties, isn't it? Oh, kilt. Oh yes, kilt. Yes, I get that now. Yeah, I'm going to share that one instead. Let me share that one. It's supposed to say kilt. That's it. So he's got one. So one is his family name and one is for Boy Scouts. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, that's lovely. So it's lovely to be with you as always. Again, thank you for watching, whether you joined us live or whether you're watching the replay. It's always lovely to see any comments that you have, anything I can help you with. Please just let me know, and I will see you this time next week, which will be July. We'll be in July, can you believe that? And yeah, I will see you then. Have a great week. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.